All right, if you've never been to the Channel 7 sports office, you probably have missed something like this. Oh, man. What are they thinking out there, huh? What's our man Baz doing? The boot, does anyone even, do they care enough? Oh, man, how about our man Bielema? Oh, those catfish dinners, he's big now. Oh. It should also be noted that our next roaster gave David his first broadcasting job. So you can all blame him for that big ego growth spurt he experienced in the 90s. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Steve Sullivan.
That was a pretty good impersonation, but it's more like this. It's walking. I'm going through a midlife crisis. It's a Fitbit crisis, where I walk constantly, all the time. And I got a remarkable athletic achievement I feel I have to share with you. You think when you work with someone for years that you know all about them. Beth Hunt did something 2 Fridays ago that blew me away. Took her to a different level, in my opinion. She has a 7-year-old and a 7-month-old, and she was competing to see how many steps she could get against Scott Inman. Stand up, Beth. And on one Friday, she got 50,000 steps, walked 25 miles. That bodes badly for Basil because she prepared this night like she did for that battle. And I've seen the stuff. You stick around, it's going to get ugly later. But he's been so good to me that I feel I have to right a wrong tonight that was done 10 years ago. Does anybody listen to the Sunday Buzz? Anybody? Bill, do you listen? Rex? He's about 8 glasses of wine in. You still have the Sunday Buzz. But the show is good, but the show open is better. If we could play the open. Listen what they say about
For a nation searching for a voice to guide it through this modern-day wilderness of popular culture, politics, business, and sports. In these troubled times, we turn to one man. That man is Bill Vickery. Born with rural American values, possessed with superhuman brain capacity, buttery smooth charm, razor sharp wit, chiseled good looks. He's chosen to use his superpowers for the good of all mankind. So this Sunday, the nation turns to this man for answers and direction. To Bill Vickery and...
that's enough. All right, we have proof through Sports Week. We had a successful show in the 2000s, and we were putting together a new promo with Bruce and Baz, and the lines we had, true story for Bruce, were rural American values and razor-sharp wit. Now I want Baz to stand up, and I want Bill Vickery to stand up. I'm going to prove my case. You're going to be judge and jury. Chiseled good looks. This or that. Buttery smooth charm. Case closed. Sit down. 2 true stories to a guy who's been as good to me in broadcasting as possible, and I'm going to feel really badly about the second one, especially with his mom there. We'll go with the first one. For this true story. I'm good at locating talent to help me, and I noticed Baz was a great interview and would probably make a great broadcaster. So I told him to meet me at Razorback Media Day, and I'm one who usually doesn't give any guidance. I just kind of show up and let you go on your own. So I didn't tell him what questions to ask or what to wear. And I don't remember anything of what he asked, but I remember what he wore that day. It's still stuck right in my mind. I'll show you right now. This is close to what he wore. He had a tight shirt on, and he had something like these on. I was horrified the whole trip down the hill. That's all I could think of. True story. I don't have the pictures.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember. All right, the second story, and I don't even know if I should go here, but I'm going to go anyway. It's a true story. It's 2000, and KTV came up with a great experiment, the E-Partment. The most talented Sullivan of them all, Kate Sullivan, was going to survive. This sounds like it's an ancient story now. Just by the internet, 2 weeks in a downtown housing complex there. And at that point, there weren't many to choose from, so they ended up in the Tough Nut building with David. And David happened to be in the room right above Kate, top floor. She was on the one below. And so she said it was very quiet most of the night. She said then when it got to midnight, it was... So she didn't do anything the first night. The second night... This went on for a week and a half, and she finally asked David what was up, and apparently Mom, he solved that all. It was he was doing elaborate crunches every day at midnight, and I will stick to that story. I believe you. Now I feel terrible about that. No more stories for you, but seriously, no one. How do I say anything good after that? But when I have little things like the Landers Award, where not even my family texts me, or just stuff that I've done, I get a text from Basil. He'll never answer any of my phone calls, but on the most important events of my life, I always get a text from Basil, and I can't think of a better friend. And sorry about tonight.